But we are, it's Mother's Day, so it's a really special day. Moms, we really appreciate you. We are grateful for you. There is so much that you do that we don't even know about as men. We probably overlook and should probably be in more trouble than we normally are. But we are grateful for you. We're thankful for you, and we're just happy to have our moms.
Yeah, our moms are so special, and we are blessed to have them. And it is true that we don't understand and we don't realize how much you mothers really do for us. Even as fathers, we don't grasp all of the little things that you do, the way that you think ahead, you plan ahead, you think about things that we never even comprehend, and you're prepared when we're not. And we know that, we understand that. And while we don't always communicate our thankfulness in the right ways or explain how great you are in the best of ways, we do understand it and we do believe it, and we do love you, and we are thankful for you.
Grateful.
So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Mother's Day.
Yeah. So we want to start out like we always do. Today's topic is anxiety, which when we planned out our sermon series for this, we didn't realize that anxiety was landing on Mother's Day.
Right.
But God did. And He had a plan.
Absolutely.
And His plan was for us to talk about anxiety on Mother's Day. And so in a little bit, we're going to ask you guys some questions about some of those things that might make you anxious and how we can help you out with that. But not only that, we want to give you an update on some of the things that are happening at our church. And we're going to talk a little bit about reopening, which we never closed down, but reopening is the easiest way to say it.
Right.
So the thing is that we have had an awesome week here at Marion Baptist Church. And through your giving and your generosity, which has just been amazing, we've been able to give out several different food boxes to different people. And we have enjoyed doing that, and we're making an impact. And we are going to be putting out a bulletin or a newsletter this week with some exact numbers on what we're doing, how we're doing financially, how we're doing with our food box giveaways, that type of thing. I can tell you that we do not need any more designated giving to the food pantry right now.
We're doing
because of the generosity of our people and people in our community who see us meeting a need. We have a huge account now to buy food, and we're buying, we're going through about 10 milk, eggs, bread every
canned goods.
We're going through about 10 of those perishable items every day and a half. And so about every day and a half we're going back to get more, which is awesome that we get to do that. And we are helping some families weekly, and we'll kind of talk about that when we get back together in person. Our staff have been working. They're going to come back to work their regular schedule the week before the 24th. So next week they'll still be on their alternating schedule, but the week before the 24th, I think that's the 18th, is a Monday, we're going to be back here on our regular scheduled work week like we were in February or December, pre-corona. We used to have pre-ice storm, and now we're going to say pre-corona. But anyway, we're going to go back into that so that we can get ready for the reopening of our facility. Now, to kind of talk a little bit about the reopening, I know that there was a judge order that said that you could open on the 10th, right?
Right.
But that happened on like Friday, and there's no way that this building's ready to have service in it with everything that's going on. Not only that, we are able to open on the 20th, which is a Wednesday night, but we're not opening on the 20th. The 24th is our target date. Right. And when I say that's our target,
pretty loose,
that means that we're aiming at it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we're going to hit it.
We hadn't settled in.
We're aiming at it. And here's why we're aiming at that. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a 3-page document on what we as a house of worship have to do in order to hold a service. And it's pretty strict.
Pretty strict. Absolutely
Okay?
is.
It's pretty strict to the point that if you use the bathroom in our facility, somebody has to go in and clean up after every single use of the bathroom.
One person in.
One person in, one person cleans. Yeah. So I mean, some really, really tough stuff, which is understandable.
Right.
But at the same time, if we feel like on the when it gets close to the 24th, that us having a service is going to be more harmful than it is helpful, we won't do it. Okay? There's a rule that we like to talk about around here. Even though something is allowed, it doesn't make it appropriate.
Right.
And you probably have that in your house too. You know what I mean? It might be allowed for your kids to toot, right? But tooting at the dinner table is not appropriate.
Right.
Right? Okay? So you got to think of it that way, right? We've been given permission to toot. But when is it appropriate to do so? You
Right.
know? So that'll stick in your mind on
You're
this
talking about playing a horn or something.
Yeah, playing the horn.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the other kind of tooting.
yeah. Tooting.
Yeah. And you moms, you never toot. You never
No,
toot.
absolutely
Ever.
not.
Right? So we've got a few things that we want to talk about. So start us off, Sean.
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about today is anxiety, obviously. But in that, we know that obviously it's Mother's Day, and in Mother's Day, we want to kind of cater to our moms, right?
Right.
So moms, we're looking for a little input from you right now. What are some of the things that we do as children, or maybe even husbands in some instances to, the mother of your children? What are some things that we do that cause you stress? I can think of some things off the top of my head that I do that probably causes my wife stress. There's like maybe one thing.
Just one.
Yeah.
Really, I feel like we're opening up the floodgates here. We're giving you permission to say what drives you crazy and brings anxiety into your life as a mom.
What are some things that your children do? I know that my kids, they may not clean up after themselves.
Really? Your kids
all
don't
the
clean
time.
up after themselves?
Just every time they're in the house, doing something. Whether that be, let's say maybe we had a bowl of cereal. Maybe that bowl of cereal got eaten, but the bowl stayed on, wherever they were sitting when they ate it.
Oh, okay.
Right? Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it is. Maybe you don't put your laundry away like you're supposed to. Mom does a lot of hard work around the house. Maybe moms fold the clothes and it's the kids' responsibility. I know that my children also share in the clothes folding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But maybe mom folded some. You didn't put your clothes away.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's stressful for mom.
I think that Lisa Holman said that what brings her anxiety is that you think you only have one thing that brings her anxiety. I think that's bringing her anxiety right now.
That was more for a laugh.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was more for a laugh.
But Lee Perkins is putting quite a few on there because she's got 3 boys.
Their cleaning habits?
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, one of them was watching them drive off. That would bring some. I haven't had that. You've had that so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boys have 4-wheelers, and yesterday we cut a path through the woods and did some things and made some trails, which is a lot of fun. But those first couple trips through there, the anxiety was high.
I bet mom's anxiety is pretty high when they get on the 4-wheelers.
Yeah.
Just about every time.
Sometimes she might lay in the sun and close her eyes and then kind of say, no, I don't want to pay any attention to this. This is bad. This is bad. Regina says she's trying to narrow hers down. You got such a big list that she's trying to narrow it down.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Jenny, I see. Okay, here's my wife's and my amazing mother of my children says clothes on the floor, not putting anything away, never putting dishes in the sink, 32 different cups per day. 32 different. That's about accurate too. And leaving open soda cans around the house. The soda cans is probably me, not so much the kids, because they don't get to drink sodas. But yeah, so that's probably me. Sorry, babe. I'll work on my soda can habit.
She called you out just
She
a little
did.
bit.
That's okay.
That's
I
all right.
deserve it.
Hey.
I deserve it.
Lee says drinking the last Code Red Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
Ooh. You know, I can understand that. You know, you come home and you're like, you've been thinking about this all day long. And it's like, man, I really want to have that last Code Red Mountain Dew. Now, I'm not a Code Red drinker, but I do like sweet tea occasionally. And, you know, you come into the house and you're like, oh, and I can just see it. You put it in a special place.
Yeah.
And not that you're hiding it.
Now, we would know
Maybe
we
just a
would
little
never
bit.
hide a Code Red Mountain Dew around the house, ever.
But, you know, you have it in that special place in your refrigerator,
Yeah.
you know, behind the milk or
Yeah.
the eggs or something that the kids aren't going to drink. And lo and behold, you come in and the Mountain Dew has been drank.
That's right.
Oh, the anguish,
Yeah.
the heartbreak.
Yeah. So if you're out there, moms, here's what we're talking about. If you haven't heard yet, we're talking about all the things that bring you anxiety. And some of you are holding back, okay? There's some moms watching right now that are not typing anything because they're trying to be holy and they're trying to be like merciful and like Jesus right now.
Lisa's like, my wife, she's like, have you looked at your daughter's room lately?
So this is
But
your
she's
chance. What brings you anxiety? Because the reason why we're asking is if you let us know, maybe as fathers that are watching or kids that are watching, maybe you can see these things and take note, and on this Mother's Day do a little better. Do a little better.
There we go. That's the idea, right? We're trying to
Yeah.
alleviate some of the stress on mom.
Yeah, Phyllis, I bet going to the different doctors that you have to go to on a seems like a weekly basis.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Phyllis, does bring anxiety. And I know some of our people, anxiety is real and we're not making fun of it by any means.
By no means.
But the people who have to go to the doctor for cancer and for heart things and different things like that, I'm sure that anxiety is real.
Mm-hmm.
But moms, that anxiety that wells up in you when you like pull up in the driveway, you know, and you know that something hasn't been done or that something has done improperly. Okay.
You leave a list at the end of at the beginning of the morning.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Here's your chores. This is what needs to be. This is what needs to happen.
Right.
And then you walk into the house. I can just and the kids are kicked back watching TV, or maybe Dad is. I don't know. And it, you know, whatever it was, did not get taken care of. Sweeping the floor. Maybe it was the kitchen was supposed to have been cleaned. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you were supposed to get some meat out and thaw it out.
Maybe so.
Yeah, so mom could cook when she got home.
Yeah.
And you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like your empty fruit cup and spoon left on the end of the table.
I threw the fruit cup away.
She's ratting you out live in front of everybody.
Didn't. Maybe I did. I thought, I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah, Martha, we see your comment about still worrying about my grown kids and grandkids who have to be on the roads every day for work. Mm. Yeah, that's a real anxiety.
That's a real anxiety, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, roads are dangerous, and with the rains we've been having and the different stuff, it can be a very stressful situation. So what are some of these anxieties that you have ongoing in your life, moms? And some of these we can fix, but others we can't. We can't fix the anxieties that we have no control over. That's the thing about anxiety that we're going to talk about today in our Bible study during our worship today is that a lot of our anxieties come from places that we can't control. You know what I mean? Like we talked about the kids driving off. Once they drive off and they're on their own and they're out of sight, you can't really control like what they're doing, so to speak, unless you have a kill switch on the car. You know what I mean?
Nice,
which is great. I've got them on the four-wheelers, but you don't have them on the car, so you can't just kill it whenever they're going too fast. You know what I mean? So the thing is like those anxieties you can't really control what the outcome of the situation. So that breeds that anxiety, just like going to the doctor or whatever it is. And so there are lots of things
Lisa says that she's looking at it now. So obviously I did not pick up my mess last
Are you
night.
confessing?
So I kind of told on myself. That was, maybe I staged that. I did that on purpose just so we would get a little interaction on Facebook this morning.
We've got some more coming in here. Here's some more. Phyllis says, Randy throwing all the laundry in one basket instead of separating them into different baskets.
What's wrong with that?
You mean you're supposed to separate your laundry? I don't understand.
It just goes in the...
It just all goes in there and washes.
The washer.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy the color safe stuff and you just don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Children's choices for their future. Children, if you're watching, yes, your moms do care about what you do in the future and how you make your choices for the future. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
So lots of good stuff. Sick kids. My wife says 6 kids. Sick kids. 6 kids would make me anxious as well.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
Sick kids. And so she's, even though she's a medical professional, the sick kids still get to her, and you can still see the mom that comes out in her whenever the kids are not feeling good. So, so lots of those things. So also, what's our next topic?
So, okay, moms, we love you. We appreciate you. So what are some things that we can do as fathers? What are some things that we could do as children to alleviate some of your worries, some of your anxieties? What can we do to help you with that? And we're looking for some comments here. I know that obviously that I could do is pick up my fruit cup and my spoon after I get finished with it.
Yeah, you could clean up after yourself.
I could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. That's probably something I could do too. I can't sit here and mess with you because my wife will comment here in a second that I've left a can around or something. But yes.
Candy wrappers. Communication. What? Come on, Lee. Communication.
Lee Perkins, you want us to communicate with you?
Come on.
So the uhs and the and the
That's
one word answer.
I get that.
And the one word answers don't cut it, is what you're saying. Okay. All right.
Understood everything you just said.
Okay. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So she's getting some like amen, sisters, to the communication thing.
Jenny Brown.
So do you mean, Lee, like, are you talking about like communication from, you've got older children, so like text messages communication, or like sit down face to face, look at you communication, like in the same room communication?
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, my kid, I've got one that's almost a teenager, and then I have, Hunter, which will be 20 this year.
Woo.
20. Yeah, no, I don't look it right. I'm only like 35 or something.
Started early.
Maybe 40. But, he is kind of becoming his own man. So I'm kind of feeling what Miss Martha was talking about, her kids being on the road and, worrying about those types of things. So yeah, it's a different kind of worry as your kids grow up, get a little bit older. You hope that you have done a good job raising them to where they make good choices and that kind of thing. But man, it's a different kind of worry when they get older like that, for sure.
Yeah. So communication. What are some other ways that we can help you feel special as a mom, or in whatever area? Lee says, to answer her question that I asked her about communication, she says yes, all of the above. I think there's a time and place for both. Face to face, sit down, and some other text messages. But I agree with Lee that text messages don't always communicate what you're communicating. That's why everybody in the world puts an LOL or a ha-ha at the end, to make sure you know that, like,
they're just
it's lighthearted.
Right.
Versus if you don't, people think you're like the mean person.
The Grinch.
Yeah.
The Grinch.
So there is a difference in face-to-face communication, and because right now some of you are like, there's a big difference in online worship and real worship on site, in person.
And there is
a difference. We feel that difference. We
Absolutely.
want to be back with you in person. And hopefully before too long, we will.
We'll
It
work in that
might.
direction.
I can tell you that's bringing me anxiety.
Oh. I feel you.
It's bringing me anxiety,
No doubt.
and a few people around here as well.
Yeah.
But what are some ways that we can make you ladies feel special? And you're not commenting right now because you're so humble
modest.
and
Yeah,
modest,
it's
and you're like,
"Aw."
But I think part of it might be if I have to tell you, it's not special.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be like that. Come on.
Could
Let
be
us
that
know.
way. It
I
could
think
be
there's
that
a Bible verse, ask and you shall receive.
Okay.
Huh.
All right. Yeah. So, what are some ways that your kiddos? So, right now, if you got kiddos in the room, I want you to ask them this question: how can you make mom feel special? Ask your kids this question. And kids, if you're watching, my boys, if you're watching, I want to hear from you. Whoever's out there that are under the age of 18, I want to know, how can you make your mom feel special today and always?
Regina said, yep, it is like that.
All right, kids, let's hear it.
Yeah.
What are some ways that you can make your moms feel special? You know?
Crickets.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing on here right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there's a delay, but I think the kids are like, yeah, no, I'm not answering that question. Or they're not even watching because we're not that entertaining.
Well, I think we're entertaining, but
So, anyway, Lee's our like number one chatter. We have a chat counter that tells us who's chatting and how many times.
She's the champion.
She's the champion, and I
She
think
is
we're gonna
killing
have to get Lee like a trophy or something for her chatting
No
to make
doubt.
her feel special.
hey, that would be a good idea. I
Yeah.
like that idea.
So, time and being thoughtful.
Ah, good job,
Okay.
Dave.
My son Mitchell Brown says, "Give her hugs." That's right, buddy. Give mom hugs. Lots
That's
and
it.
lots and lots of hugs. Lots and lots and lots of hugs.
Hugs and kisses.
Just keep giving her hugs.
No doubt.
Yep. Yep.
I think just possibly, I don't know, I'm thinking this could, just small gestures of maybe you cook a meal and when mom gets home in the evening, it's ready, she doesn't have anything to do. I think that would be a good idea, kiddos. Maybe you do something like that for mom. Maybe you take it upon yourself to clean your room without having to be told to clean your room. That's an idea.
Yep. I got one. Maybe if you live in Lee Perkins's household, you could purchase for her a Code Red Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hint, hint.
Ching.
Hint, hint. You might get somewhere
Get her
with
a
that.
case for
Yep.
Mother's Day,
You
right?
might get somewhere with that. So, Julie Herring, her son's Eli says, cleaning up when she asks.
There you go.
There you go. Good job, Eli.
job, Eli.
That's right. That's
like
right.
that,
We'll be
yeah.
checking on you this week and keeping you accountable for that. We'll be checking on you and seeing how you do with that. What are some other things? So, my wife said time.
Ooh.
Giving some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving time. Time is the most precious of commodities. Even though you feel like you have a lot of time right now because of the corona, with the governor saying something about ball coming back in June, that time's about to disappear.
And it is.
Yeah,
It's
I figure
ticking away.
some of these things will just come at us all at one time, and we'll be expected to be all of the 6,000 places that we were pre-corona, and it's gonna get wild again. So enjoy
crazy.
the time that you have with one another right now. So time with the TV off and the phone down. Yeah, that's good. I like that one. That's good. Now, as these come in, we do have a thing that we would like to do as we close here in just a second. When the time comes, we're going to show you some videos that were shot by some of our families to tell their moms Happy Mother's Day.
Yep.
Right? And we have still a minute or two before we do that. They're not all that, they were supposed to be 15, 30 seconds long at the most, so they're not that long. So we've probably got another minute or two before we do that. But what are some other ways that that we can make you feel special, Mom? I think kind of the consensus here is time, right? Presents, not presence as in like giving her stuff, but
your physical
presence.
Yeah.
And the mental presence. Like
engagement.
There you go. Good word. Good word.
I come up with one every once in a while.
Putting the phone down. Putting the TV on.
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
That's something that this generation's lost. Eye contact.
Eye contact. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. So all you kids out there that are listening right now, for your mom's sake, put the devices down and spend time with your moms. And there'll be some moms out there that'll tell you that the moms aren't here forever. So take care of them and look after them while you can. But in saying that, Lee Perkins says words of affirmation with actions to back them up.
Oh,
I don't know, Rowan and Noah and Will, maybe she's saying something here. Some actions to back them up.
Oh, man.
Okay. Actions speak louder than words. We've always heard it.
I think so, yeah.
And that's part of it. Yep, absolutely. So I can say, Sean, that we've talked about how entertaining we are on here. You know, I was in a different county the other day.
Oh, yeah?
And someone said, hey, I saw you on the pre-worship show.
Oh!
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So if you're watching, just know that the Marion Baptist Church,
we're getting out there.
We're getting out there with a silly thing called the pre-worship show, and people are watching. But right now, we want to focus on our moms and showing you some videos.
I've got these pulled up. Let me.
So we were going to show them on the screen, but due to technical issues,
check this out.
We've got a better way.
I know this little guy. Here we go.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama. I miss you and I love you.
Look at the little heart.
Turn it up.
That was it. Try it again. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, I have another one. Let's see. That was Jacob Holman. That was my second cousin there. Have Leanne Keller and her family right here. They sent a video in.
Happy Mother's Day. We're very thankful for my mom and all she does for our family.
Hear the songbirds in the background.
You can hear the birds in the background.
They had an awesome little setting right there.
It's great.
That was pretty cool. Let's see who we have. Oh, we just have the Keller children. Let's get that a little bit bigger. Here we go.
Happy Mother's Day. If I could think of one word to describe my mom, I would say generous, because she gives her time and effort to make this family amazing.
Aw. Period, she said.
Period. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Shh. Let's see. And we have the Brown boys here.
The Brown boys. This was shot on them by themselves, by the way.
This is awesome.
Well, what happened to your...
What's the sound?
You would ruin my family's video, Sean.
Let's start that over again. They get a little more airtime. Here we go.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. We love you.
Oh.
Yep, all by themselves.
Oh. Good job, boys. All right, let's see. I think we have one more.
Will.
There's Will.
You can tell we're high tech on this show.
Here it comes. Coming at you.
Hey Mama, just wanted to say I'm very thankful for you and I love you. Happy Mother's Day.
I like that kid.
That was a grown kid.
Yeah.
That was a grown kid shouting out to his mom.
Yeah,
that makes you feel good.
No doubt.
That makes you feel good.
He loves his mama.
That's right.
No
hey,
doubt about it.
We love you guys, and we appreciate you, and we can't wait to meet back in person. And in the 30 seconds we have left, I want you to know we are aiming at the 24th. And like I said, we're aiming at it.
Yep.
It's not set in stone, but we are aiming at it. And as more changes happen every day to the regulations and what we have to do,
And they're changing.
They are changing
Regularly.
on the regular, if not hourly. We will know more, and we're going to give as much communication as we can as we go through this to prepare you for it. But I will tell you a couple things. it will look completely different.
Yes.
Completely different.
Very structured.
It will be weird. I'm just going to say that. It's going to be weird. It's going to feel weird. And even the way that you enter and exit the building, and even the way that you interact in the building will be different. And so just know that in your heart, that while we might be able to have a service, it won't be anything like what you're probably imagining in your head. But we'll do our best. We love you. And stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're about to turn over to our live service right now. Have a good day.
Christ alone, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord, Lord of all. Verse 2. When darkness seems to hide His face, I rest on His unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. My anchor holds within the veil. To stand before the throne, faultless to stand before the throne. Christ alone, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord, Lord of all. Christ alone, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord, Lord of
Amen. Thank you so much, worship team. We are thrilled to be here again, live on site here at Marion Baptist Church, and it won't be long, and we'll be together again, singing praises and worshiping God through the study of His Word. But like I said in our pregame, just to kick this off, we are aiming at the 24th. And I say it again, we're aiming at it. That means it's a target. We may not make the target, but we're aiming at it, and we're going to do our best. There is a 3-page document on what we have to do to open, and that document changes every hour, it seems. And so we will know more as time goes by. But right now we're aiming at the 24th, and there'll be multiple services and all kinds of things that we will let you know about in the next week or so. But we want to see some of these regulations kind of start to slow down in changing so that we can plan and we can do what we can do to worship together. But that is our target date. And if we feel like that it is going to be more hurtful than helpful, then we'll postpone it a week or maybe two. It just depends because for our church, we want to always be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. And so we're going to do our best to love our neighbors and to show the world that we care, whether that be meeting in person or not. And so we're thankful that you're watching today. We are thrilled to have you with us. Make sure you comment. Make sure you give us the praise hand, say amen, all that stuff. Sing at home. Remove the distractions in your life. But we are glad you are watching, and we want you to enjoy our band as they continue to lead us in worship.
Who am I that the